Here's something shocking: schools teach you algebra, essays, and the periodic table, but they never teach you how to actually build wealth. That's why 78% of people live paycheck to paycheck, while a tiny percentage quietly becomes millionaires. So, what do self-made millionaires know that the rest of us don't? Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the secret habits they never teach in school, habits that separate the 5% who build financial freedom from the 95% who stay stuck. Stay with me, because once you learn these, you'll never look at money or life the same way again. Section 1. The big lie of school. Let's be honest. Schools don't prepare you to be rich. They prepare you to be a good employee. Think about it. You're taught to follow rules, memorize facts, work for grades, and eventually work for a salary. But here's the problem: a salary alone rarely makes you wealthy. That's why so many high achievers with degrees, doctors, lawyers, engineers, still struggle financially. They were never taught the habits of wealth. Millionaires, on the other hand, play a different game. They follow a different set of rules, and once you learn them, you realize wealth isn't about luck, it's about habits. Habit number 1: millionaires value time over money. Most people trade time for money. They work 40, 50, even 60 hours a week, thinking if they just work harder, they'll get richer. But millionaires flip that mindset. They see time as their most valuable asset. Here's an example. The average person spends hours binge-watching Netflix. A millionaire uses that same time to learn a new skill, build a business, or make an investment. Warren Buffett once said, "The rich invest in time, the poor invest in money." That's why the wealthy delegate tasks, automate income, and focus on things that multiply their results instead of just trading hours for dollars. If you don't control your time, someone else will control your wealth. Habit number 2. They invest early and consistently. Schools teach us to save money, but not how to grow it. Millionaires know inflation eats savings alive, so they invest early and they invest consistently. Think about this. If you invest just $500 a month starting at age 20, by retirement, you could have over $2 million. But if you wait until 35 to start, you'll end up with less than half that. That's why self-made millionaires don't wait for the perfect time. They start small, stay consistent, and let compound growth do the heavy lifting. Habit number 3. They read a lot. Here's a habit almost no one talks about: reading. The average millionaire reads about 2 books a month, and not novels, but books on money, psychology, history, and business. Why? Because wealth is 80% mindset, 20% mechanics. Books expand your mindset. They let you learn from decades of someone else's experience in just a few hours. Meanwhile, the average person stops learning after school, and that's why their income stops growing. 2. Remember this: your brain is your biggest asset. Millionaires invest in it daily. Habit number 4. They build multiple income streams. Most schools teach you to depend on one source of income, your job. But millionaires know that's risky. Self-made millionaires almost always have multiple income streams: a business or side hustle, investments in stocks or real estate, royalties, dividends, or passive income. Think about it. If your job disappears tomorrow, would you still have money coming in? Millionaires build safety nets by diversifying their income. That's how they stay rich even when the economy crashes. Habit number 5. They surround themselves with winners. You've probably heard the quote, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." That's not just motivational fluff, it's science. If your friends complain about money, spend recklessly, and settle for less, you'll unconsciously do the same. But if you surround yourself with ambitious, disciplined people, you'll rise to their level. Millionaires know this. They build networks of mentors, peers, and partners who inspire growth. The truth is, wealth is contagious, but so is poverty. Habit number 6. They take calculated risks. Here's a big difference. Most people avoid risk at all costs. Millionaires? They embrace risk, but only when it's calculated. For example, Elon Musk risked his PayPal fortune to build Tesla and SpaceX. That wasn't blind gambling, it was a calculated bet based on research and conviction. Self-made millionaires know playing it safe keeps you average. They don't bet everything on one play, but they also don't let fear stop them from chasing opportunities. And here's the truth. The biggest risk is doing nothing. Habit number 7, they stay disciplined with money. Most people let emotions control their spending. They buy the latest iPhone, upgrade cars every 2 years, or blow money on vacations they can't afford. Millionaires, they play a different game. They live below their means, not forever, but long enough to reinvest profits into assets that pay them back. Do you know what Warren Buffett drives? A modest car. Do you know where Mark Zuckerberg eats? Simple restaurants. Millionaires don't spend to impress, they spend to grow. And that's why they stay rich while others stay broke. The climax, the shift in thinking. So here's the big secret. Becoming a millionaire isn't about luck or even talent. It's about habits. The difference between the broke and the wealthy is that the broke follow school's script, get good grades, get a good job, work until you're 65. Millionaires write their own script. They value time, invest early, read daily, build income streams, take smart risks, and stay disciplined. The question is, which script are you following? Because if you keep doing what everyone else does, you'll keep getting what everyone else gets. But if you shift your habits, you can shift your entire life. Now you know the secret habits of self-made millionaires that schools never teach. The good news: you don't need to be born rich to apply them. Anyone can value time, invest early, read more, diversify income, surround themselves with winners, take smart risks, and live with discipline. The only question is, will you? If this video opened your eyes, smash that like button. It helps this channel reach more people. Subscribe if you want weekly videos on money, wealth, and financial freedom. Thanks for watching, and remember, wealth isn't taught in school, but it can be learned every single day.